Lots of job descriptions end with the phrase, "and other duties as assigned," which means your boss can tell you anything, and it has to be in your job description. My job description as a priest is pretty varied. I'm expected to celebrate the sacraments, preach the word, do funerals. I'm also supposed to be the head janitor of the place. But thankfully, my other duties as assigned do not include what the priests in the time of Jesus had to do. The priest at that time was responsible for examining a person who had a skin disease, even leprosy, and to ascertain whether the person was cured. Because if the priest said that you were cured of the disease, you could come back into the community before you were banished, isolated. So it was up to the priest to do that. A dermatologist, I am not. But that's what the priests in the time of Jesus did. And that's why he tells the 10 lepers in the gospel story, go show yourselves to the priest. And it's on their way to the priest, hoping to get back into the community, that they're all cured. And you know the story, only one comes back to give thanks. And to make it even more stark, he's not a Jew. He's a Samaritan. That's coupled with the first story from Kings, where Naaman, a foreigner, a non-Jew, is cured of his leprosy. And he wants to give thanks to the prophet. Not only verbally, but he wants to give him presents, and the prophet refuses. And yet Naaman says, I need to at least take some dirt home from Israel so I can worship where I know God lives. The obvious invitation for you and me hearing those two readings is to examine the part of our lives that exercises gratitude, being thankful. It's one of the first lessons we give to our children when we tell them about the magic words, please and thank you. And part of the reason we do that is that when we're very, very small, we think that the whole universe revolves around us, that the world owes us, and we're not all that sure about other people. And the idea of being thankful is to understand that we are indebted to others for what they do for us. And parents try to instill in their child a sense of gratitude. While we might get a little bit more sophisticated as we grow older, some of that infantile understanding of the world continues in our life, where we might not verbalize it, but we sometimes act as if the world revolves around us, and that the world really owes us a favor. And to develop a sense of gratitude, we must first be aware. We have to be conscious of who I am and what it is that I have been given. And it starts out very fundamentally with I have the gift of life, and that I am loved unconditionally by God. And if I'm lucky, I experience love from others as well. Unfortunately, it's a fact of life that I believe all of us could identify with. Sometimes we're not aware, we're not grateful until something that we have has been taken away from us. The other day I heard Joni Mitchell sing on the radio a song about a parking lot. And I looked it up on the internet and was surprised to see that it was over 40 years ago that she wrote a song that has the verses that go, or the refrain that goes like this. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? And she concludes, They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. I hope those of you who know the tune won't be able to get that out of your head for the rest of the day. Maybe we're not concerned about a parking lot, but when you enjoy good health and suddenly you're sick or receive a diagnosis of a very serious disease, you sometimes didn't know what you got till it's gone. Or if I have a good job and are laid off, then I didn't know what I got till it's gone. Or if you're loved by somebody and are separated by death, maybe you didn't know what you got till it's gone. The readings today urge us to know what we have now. Be grateful for the many blessings that are in our lives. And let us return with Naaman and the Good Samaritan to give thanks to the Lord.